Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly episode of The Tip. We have another wonderful artist here today. How are you doing? Mr. Snap Prone? Is that your artist name?
So
full artist name? Okay.
It's Snap Prone starting July 9th.
Okay.
It's going to be Snap Prone on all platforms.
Okay.
But everybody calls me Snap for short.
Snap, I got you.
Snap is cool. Y'all can call me Snap.
All right, Snap. Hey.
She
All right.
She got it really quick.
So, we were just talking right before the camera started that you're out in Greensboro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Now.
So, what brought you out there? I know you were talking about how that.
Oh, before we do all that, hold on a second.
Okay,
For
my
the people
bad.
that are probably listening, they kind of have this in the background. Key and Zach are here too. You know, and that's Devin that's been talking. We actually never say our names at the beginning.
We never do, but
like I feel like one day we'll get it together, and and be like, "Yo, this is blah blah blah."
do we really need to be formal?
I mean, I feel like people would like to know.
People tapping in are probably just like, what are these four people talking about? And then they'll play in the background or something. You know, they don't need to know us. They just want to hear some. They want to hear some good conversation about music and its current state.
If they're following your platform, they should know who you are.
Exactly.
I feel like they should be addicted to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that's how you get money.
that's a lot. Okay, addicted.
They need to be addicted and obsessed with us.
That's a good topic we could talk about.
Being obsessed.
Not just
addictions?
about that.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. I mean, are we going to start off with that topic? I feel like that's a little heavy. Maybe we can segue into that one.
Yeah, we'll
segue.
We'll be smooth with it.
Okay.
So, okay, yes, Aki and Zach are here. My bad, guys. My bad. If you've never seen this before, which, hopefully you have, this is just a show where we kick back, talk a little bit about music and just life in general. We want to make it like a good conversation.
Yeah. And we bring
Good
on
conversation.
artists to tell us their experience or ask them weird questions and see how left we can go by teasing y'all with just a tip.
Oh, yeah. She's the one that came up with the name, by the way.
Yeah, she's the freaky one.
It's definitely, strangely enough, it was me, Zach. There's another guy who usually comes. His name's Antwon. We were the original crew with Akia and Dre as well. And she was the one that came up with the name. And out of four different dudes, she was the one that had the nasty
Because
name.
we needed something catchy.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, I really thought it'd be Dre.
I'm right.
Yeah. Well, he already got the
tip.
Like,
See, he doesn't know about that. He doesn't know.
That was
You think
last
so?
episode.
No, this is every
Come on.
episode.
That's the reoccurring joke. But yeah, we've been interviewing local artists. So again, thank you for coming out here, especially all the way from Greensboro. That's crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I'm in Greensboro now. I've been out there for about 2 going on 3 months, like we were saying before. I think to answer your question, what kind of took me to Greensboro was I was kind of raised in Raleigh.
Mhm.
So I'm from Virginia originally.
Gotcha.
So growing up in the area where you're trying to do something, to make a change is a little bit more difficult because people know you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's hard to make a name when people don't know you.
Very true.
Believe it or not, it's a lot easier to work for people who don't know you than it is people who know you. It's plenty of people that I know that I hit up all the time, ask are they gonna come to a show, are they gonna, share a flyer or something, and it's always an excuse.
Yep.
It's always something, and I don't like to downplay people's life because everybody got a life, everybody got situations.
For sure.
But I look at things like we do the things we want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you wake up one day and you don't want to go to work, fuck it, you're going to call out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to go on vacation, you're going to take whatever necessary steps you got to take to go on that vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But if I call you and say, hey, come support me at this show, but I got to work.
That's
I
too
gotta
much,
work.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel
That's
you.
why
Yeah.
it looks like an excuse to me. So
Yeah, I
feel
get
that.
it. I get it, but sometimes, hate to be this person, I think sometimes people need more incentives, too.
I got that too.
Yeah, it's just all right, hey, come to my show. I'm performing at the place where they're gonna have this food truck that had the most bangingest burgers. Nothing can draw people faster. I feel like food and alcohol.
I'm glad you said that, because one thing that we do, like within the Free Society, and just me with my events, like yesterday, my first event that I actually curated myself, it was a versus battle with my team and another collective called Us, which we did that last night, and that was successful. So that was dope.
I see. That's the play. I
That
feel
is
like
dope.
because if you say, "Yo, we'll put on a show, let's do it. Let's make it themed."
Mm-hmm.
Like, so say we're gonna have an African themed show or whatever. If you come in your African garb, we're gonna have African food trucks too.
Mm-hmm.
And then African specials on drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like people will be more willing to come because nothing brings people together than plain dress up, food, and liquor.
Yeah,
It's like
I
an
feel
event.
that.
Yeah, people like to go to a good
people
event.
like to feel like,
I feel like
I'm doing this and it's worth it.
I feel like what we try to do, we always have a food vendor, so that's always gonna happen. We do merch, we do our own merch, so, and I actually got merch in the car if y'all want to look at some merch later. But we got shirts, wristbands, and then we also, when I promo, I'll go, like, for example, yesterday I went out to the mall and Crabtree, and I was handing out flyers, and I was telling people, yo, bring this flyer with you to the show, I'll give you $5 off merch, or come and bring 3 people with you and I'll let you in for free, or whatever, to make people like, ooh, cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the incentive thing.
Yeah, like, that's why I'm glad you said that, because that's something that we definitely try to implement in our planning for everything. Sometimes it works wonders, sometimes it doesn't do as well, but you know, it just depends kind of on the crowd and on the type of event that you want to have.
Yeah, and location too.
Yeah,
like if you having it at just a regular bar, it's hard for me to go because I know if I start drinking, I'm gonna want food. And I have to go way down the street to get some fucking food. And there's the whole thing.
Yeah, you won't have to do that with us.
Yeah.
Come see us, you'll have food right next to the bar.
Or like
That's crazy.
If you do it at like a hookah bar, at least I can have a hookah when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And have a drink. At least there's 2 things I can do instead of standing there and being like waiting for you to perform. Because sometimes it's like it's a new experience. Then you have to watch the crowd.
You would have loved to be there last night.
I work every weekend. Like, I don't know many other people that do that, but like I only work through the weekend. So any cool event, like I always end up missing. I really wish what time did it go until?
So doors opened at 8 and we ended at 12.
Got you. Yeah, I get off at 9.
But we went off a little bit.
It's like
we ended a little bit late.
Got you.
But
like any shows that I've tried to go to, it's usually been like in the middle of the week, which
you know,
always
there's
time.
a plus to that too, because you got like plenty of artists, myself included, members of my team included, who hit like the open mics and stuff like that during the week. That's actually how we develop kind of a fan base in whatever city we choose to go to. That's how we got Greensboro. We went out there and we went to the open mics consistently every week until everybody that would normally go to that open mic knew who we were. People who didn't know who we were going to find out when they came. And it was just like that. Now that's kind of like a stomping ground. Yeah. For us, Raleigh's like a stomping ground.
That's dope, man.
It's just a little steps to lead to bigger steps. You know what I mean?
Well, so the Free Society, like, how did that come about? How did you meet the members of it?
That's a crazy story.
How many members are in it?
So as of right now, we have 11.
How many was at its lowest?
At its lowest, 11.
Oh, so it's always been 11 people.
There's always been more than 11 people. We're at 11 now.
Oh, so what's the highest?
15. Yeah, 15. We started off, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Arcade of Thrones in Raleigh.
Yeah.
$3.99.
We did a podcast with him a while back, actually. I invited Jordan over when he first started it to be on the other podcast that we did. So
yeah, shouts out to Jordan at the Arcade of Thrones. We and Voice of Raleigh, because Voice of Raleigh used to host a lot of the open mics there on Thursdays, and we would go there every week, and that's where we all got our start. My buddy AC Price, shouts out to AC. He is the one who took me to the arcade, and that's where I first really got on stage and started performing in front of people. And we were there all the time. You know, we started there, and the other members of the group, we all met there. And then we got with I ain't gonna speak his name. His name's Voldemort. We can just call him Voldemort. but he came and he got us together and introduced us to the collective vibration, or introduced us to the concept of the collective, and we ran with it. We did it, and we formed a group, Vibration, and we started performing places and just doing the same thing that we're doing now,
right, under
a different name. And that unfortunately took a turn because, you know, people can't be honest, can't be professional, and can't, you know, keep
human nature
clean. So, so we
especially
had
with
to.
that many people. I mean, that's like
that's a lot.
A big group.
Yeah,
that's hard.
And honestly, it's not as it's hard, but it's not as hard as people make it. Like ultimately, it's easy. Like us being in a group, really, it's easy because we all have the same mindset. We all have the same drive.
That definitely helps.
So
guess y'all lucky because I've learned with some groups, it's a different kind of drive. There's different gears.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Luckily, I feel like because we all started at the same place and kind of all came from the same place, like we all didn't start making music at the same time. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like I've been making music 15, 16 years.
Dang.
Yeah. And Cash, he's been making music 10 plus years. Grotto 10 plus years. AC 10 plus years. So, and then some of us have been making music 1-2 years. So I don't think there's definitely, like you said, there's different levels to the drive that we have because sometimes we bump heads. Some of us are ready to do certain things. Some of us are not ready to do them. Some of us don't want to partake, and some of us do. So it's just a matter of communication.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. But people make it difficult with their ego and with their ulterior motives and stuff like that, which is why Vibration didn't work because of ego and ulterior motives and extra. And then once money gets involved, it's even worse.
Hell
so
yeah.
We separated from that, and all of the core members of the group, we came together and we were just like, yo, like, we love each other. We're like a family.
Yeah.
And what we built as Vibration, we built Vibration, even without the people who brought us together.
Yeah.
And like initially brought us the concept, we built it and made it what it is. So, or what it was.
Right.
So leaving that and then creating another collective and building upon that being the Free Society. Now, almost a year later, things are
up and up.
We're I feel like we're a whole lot further now than we would have been as Vibration, which is a plus.
So you like reshifted your focus,
definitely
somewhere else.
Definitely,
that's nice, man. Where do you and your team usually record it?
So we do everything, just about everything in house.
Damn.
So right now our roster consists of myself, Cash the General, Chelsea Simone, Natural Icon. Cash is an engineer. Nigel, Natural Icon, he's a producer. And then we got Big Rick Productions, engineer / producer / artist. AC Price is an artist. Lauren Grotto, he also somewhat produces, but he's mainly a photographer and an artist. I facilitate.
You're like the orchestrator?
No,
or like
I don't like to. We do a lot of lateral leadership.
Okay.
So I don't like to really consider myself like the orchestrator of anything or like the organizer of anything. We all just try our best to bring what we know to the group in a way that is beneficial. And one thing I know how to do is talk to people.
Yeah.
And I'm the person that's gonna go out and pass out flyers or go out and get in people's face and say, hey, go check this out. I'm the person for that. So I do a lot of the facilitating in that aspect.
And you don't mind doing that?
It takes a certain type of person to be out there, man. Whew. Because like just talking to random people, you know, for one, like they could come at you sideways like off the bat already.
Yeah. It happens more times.
Really?
9 out of 10 people will come at you sideways.
Damn.
Because some people just don't want to be talked to.
Yeah, no, people are like when you go and shopping, somebody's walking up to you. Like people are tired of that stuff, but it's like something good. I mean,
well,
I get it.
I feel like where people make a mistake is it's not what you're doing or what you're not even really what you're presenting. It's the intention and the energy behind it.
Right.
Like you can tell someone with trash music when they walk up to you and they're like, "Yo, go listen to this. The hardest shit you ever heard."
That's true.
Yeah,
that's fucking true.
You know what I'm saying? You know it's trash. You're not even gonna go listen to it. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go chuck that shit as soon as they get out of eyesight.
I would listen to it
just to see how trash it is. Right. A lot of people would do that. But when someone comes up to you and me, like, I'll speak for myself. When I go and I promote myself, I do, but I don't.
Right.
I'll mention the Free Society before I mention myself. 9 out of 10 times. But on the occasions when I do, I add value to people checking me out. So like Lauren Grotto, and this is something that I'm learning from him. Like when we go and we promo like at the mall, I've watched him pull 5-10 people aside and be like, "Yo, listen to this song right now. If you don't like it, I'll give you $20."
Damn. But okay, don't you feel like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't you think there were people who would be like, even if they fucked with it, they'd be like, "Nah, I hate it."
There's the catch. Because when you've been making music as long as I have, I tell people all the time, I've been doing this too long to be trash. So when you've been doing something 10 plus years and you're not good at it, it's time to find something else to do.
You say that, but there's some people
that don't, and they're just gonna always be trash because they have a passion, and I ain't gonna knock
or
that.
The funds.
You feel me? That too. If you got the funds to put behind your trash,
I
and
know
the
who you're
passion
talking
to keep
You'll
making
be
trash,
passing out 20s at the mall.
that's gonna be you. You get what I'm saying? But that's fine if that's what your passion is.
Yeah.
Me, I don't have a passion to be garbage. So.
Yeah, you have to have a passion for garbage.
Some people have,
and they don't know that garbage though.
I mean, but beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
No,
so,
but sometimes if a lot of things is like true trash.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. But there's a market for everything.
But I mean, like
people get
it may be in the eye of the beholder, but there is some form of like objective.
Yeah, definitely. No, there definitely is. But I think the point that I'm getting at is that line is very thin.
Yeah.
And you have to get to a point where, one, you don't care about what people think, regardless, good or bad.
Yeah.
Like me, when I let people hear my music, I know some people aren't going to like it. I know that going into it. So it doesn't bother me when someone's like, "I don't like this." It's cool.
Yeah.
Because what don't you like about it? Okay, you don't like this pitch at this level. Okay, I have songs that don't have that pitch.
Yeah.
So listen to this. And most of the time when I do that, people like other songs more than they like. You know what I mean? But I also try to, when I'm promoting to people, like you said, people don't like randoms just walking up to them at random times, taking their time up when they're trying to get through their day. So I try to be as brief as possible when I interject in people's time. Like I walk up, I'll say, "Hey, take this flyer, have a good day." Or, "Hey, take this quick detail on what it is, walk away." Or I actually have this is a tip.
A tip, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Bringing
Popple,
the tip to the
are y'all
tip.
familiar with Popple at all?
Popple.
Pobble?
Popple.
Popple?
Pop.
No,
No.
never heard of it.
Where is it? So Popple is a company. They give you like they give you like a card or a bracelet, wristband, and it's like digital. It has like a QR code on the back of it. And
That'll make me check out something. If people give me QR codes, Scott, then that's so
we
cool.
talked about this last time.
And you
QR
can
codes
tap
on business
it.
cards.
You can also tab it like when you go to the store and you just put your phone up to the shit.
Yeah.
You can do that too. Like I can take the card and tap it to your phone.
That's
and
cool as
a
fuck.
link will pop up. And you can just click it.
What?
That's cool
Yeah.
as fuck.
I remember.
I think I have it in the car. I'll show it to y'all.
Oh, how much
Yeah.
does it cost?
I'd have to ask Grotto. He knows.
That's
He's
a
the one who
fucking
actually
game
went.
changer.
But it's not like they give you like a bunch of business cards to do that. You
No,
get one card.
no.
and
It's
you
like
can tap.
it's like one. It's almost like the size of a debit card.
Yeah.
And it just has a little QR on the back.
That's
I remember when they were
crazy.
pushing that on. There was a YouTube ad for a long time for those type of things,
Mm-hmm.
where you get the card. And I mean, honestly, if I would say that,
smart, yo.
like, if we can get a digital wallet where everybody has their wallet and you can say, "Hey, let me give you my business card," and you just go into your Apple Wallet where then you have the directory. I mean, Apple, you're missing out on something.
I feel like that's what LinkedIn
Stop giving out all
tried
these
to be.
ideas, yo. Damn.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Some
and
good
get paid
shit.
for it.
I don't
That
know how
actually is a good ass idea.
I don't know how
Like,
to. But no, it
a
has
virtual
to be,
business
I
card.
would want that to be in the Apple software. I can't do that because I'm not an Apple engineer.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But
You
that,
can
like,
sell
cuts
the
out
idea to
everybody
Apple,
who doesn't have an iPhone, you know?
You can sell the idea to Apple.
I mean, then it's time to do why is Android don't have that yet?
You can sell, the idea to Android too.
Yeah, I mean, this is their time to make a
you
digital business card.
It's not going to be Apple.
Yeah.
Nah, but ultimately, like, making it full circle, it's all about how you promote, not what you promote.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ultimately, people don't care. People don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's facts.
So,
especially here in America.
They just want it.
Damn.
They just want something quick, easy, and shiny.
Yeah.
If it looks cool, easy to use, and it's quick, they're gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah. There's other qualities too, depending on the person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I feel like a lot of people, your art has to speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. If your promo's great but your product's trash, cool, you got great promo but you're promoting trash.
Mm-hmm.
You better be good looking if you're doing that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you meet somebody who's like drop dead gorgeous but sounds like a man, or like or sings like a cat screeching in like an alleyway or something.
And you're like,
and you're like, damn, like, I like you so much, but I hate the fact that you you know what I mean? So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
But
like, man, why you have to be so good and you suck so bad?
Yeah. You want to appeal to people with something that they're going to fuck with because it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
And then you also want it to be quality. Because when you add quality, you add value.
How long did it take for you to get to this point with your mindset? Like, what?
My entire life.
I
mean, honestly,
yeah, fair.
Life is full of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, me, I just don't take anything for granted. And a lot of people, I feel like, even the negative things, like, when negative shit happens, yeah, it sucks in the moment. But if you don't learn something from it, then you're just going to go through the cycle again. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost like
that's true. The
more you do dumb shit, sooner or later you get tired of stupid.
Not me, bro. I just
you know what I mean?
I mean, every day.
I mean, but
yeah,
that's relative. You know what I mean? But for me, I knew at a very young age when I started doing this that I was gonna put my all into it. So I would have been doing myself a disservice not to do that. But then at the same time, for a long time, I was only doing it at this level. So, and I was thinking that I was hot shit. Like, growing up, it was like, yo, I'm fire. I got dope music, which wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
But I wasn't performing anywhere. I wasn't promoting anything online. I wasn't doing a lot of things that you have to do as an artist in order for your art to even matter. So, yeah, you can be hot shit, but if your paperwork's not lined up, if all of this other shit is not in order, it doesn't really matter. And then once I got to a point, especially with the collective, they actually helped me with my mindset a lot because my name's not Snap for no reason. You know what I mean? So
how'd you get that? How'd you come to that?
That name was given to me.
Man, I wish somebody did me a cool name.
I know. That's a dope ass name.
I mean, but there's also millions of Snaps in the world. You know what I mean? And it was given to me for negative reasons. But you just have to flip stuff like that into a positive, which goes back to what I'm saying. Life experience, you can't take any of that shit for granted because ultimately you can make something positive out of a negative.
Yeah.
That is fucking true.
That's true.
That's a big lesson.
Yeah, nicknames. Go to nicknames real quick. I got a girl that I call Twinkie because she's like half Mexican. She look like a Mexican, but she's just a white girl in disguise. So I was trying to. She's like, yeah. I was trying to give her a nickname on the spot to describe what she's like. I said, yeah, you just I couldn't think of Eden. I was brown on the outside and white on the inside. I'm a Twinkie.
Twinkie. Twinkie to me implies something sexual.
I know.
Brown on the outside.
She kept it, and actually everybody started calling her Twinkie in the company. So,
damn.
When I mentioned, I said, "Yo, go give that to Twinkie." They know exactly who I'm talking about.
That's fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Shouts out to you, Twinkie.
Yo, my coworker called me Tree today.
Tree?
I was like, man, what?
Hey, Tree.
He was like, it's because you're tall, man. You're an oak tree. I was like,
that's funny.
Hey, Tree.
He called you Tree. That's almost like calling you Groot.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. That was the character that popped into my head, but I couldn't think.
Instantly when he said someone called him Tree, I thought I am Groot in my head. but
I feel like there was no malintent, but at the same time, I was like, dude, really? Like,
that's straight malintent.
Like, I know I'm tall.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes I wish I could just be at least 6 foot, you know?
yeah, I'm with it.
I'm a few inches out. Yeah, man, fuck, be happy you're tall.
I'm 6 even, so.
I'm 5'1".
Lucky,
5'1"?
bro. A bunch of tall people in this room except you.
I know.
And me, honestly.
Being tall is not always cracked up to be that.
Really?
It's for the most part, it is though.
It is, but
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's parts of this shit that sucks. There's not parts of being tall that sucks.
There are. You hit your head on things.
I mean, you hit your head on. I mean, the fall is a lot longer. It's like when I fall, it's like instant. Y'all have like a 2-second delay, and y'all fall.
I'm scared of heights.
That's it. Tall people, heights, we don't fuck. I'm already tall, so I don't. 40, 50, 80, 1,000. But me, I'm not scared of heights. I mean, I did 4 years.
I'm terrified.
I did 4 years in the military. So,
shit.
That took that out of me.
Man, I just went to a water park yesterday and was like shaking on the stairs.
Damn. That's worse. You see your big ass shaking up there? You're like, look at Tree.
Look at Tree. Yo, we're about to start calling this man Tree.
I'm going to be real with you guys. I look like an idiot at a water park. And I'm fine with it because I don't care what anybody at a water park thinks of me. But like
everyone's pissing in the
falling
water.
out of tubes and stuff, getting off the water slides. And like, I looked like a child. I had a great old time.
You got to have that childlike fun.
I know. I mean, that's the
important.
one time you can be a child, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
That's important.
I mean,
Hell
there's times you shouldn't be a child. Court, police station, middle of the hospital.
Probably.
Political rallies.
I don't know. A lot of
them
people
are childish.
Yeah, a lot of people out of political rallies act.
I mean,
I think
no,
the whole
okay,
idea
like-
of it's kind of childish.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's be the time that somebody watches you be childish, put on the internet, and then you become a meme. There's like,
Dude, you can't be childish anywhere. You can get put on the internet for anything.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, like, children will be children.
True.
Until they decide to become adults.
True.
Yeah, some people don't even mature well into their late 20s, and I've witnessed it myself.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s and there's still people my age.
I've been dealing with that
That's
a lot
scary.
recently. I've been dealing with that.
Like
Now
with somebody you know, or
Just people in general.
People in general, man. If you work in retail, you realize how childish and immature and fucking dumb people are. You know?
Yeah, I said I was never going back to retail, so I know what you mean.
Like, they like ask stupid questions, like we talked about earlier. When they call the store, right, where I work at, and they say, "How do I get to you?" And we're like, "What?" It's like, yeah, how do I get to your store? Do you have the address? Ma'am, how did you get our number? I Googled it. There's a button right next to the number that says
directions.
It's like,
people don't want to click
When
one
people
more
are
time.
lazy, bro.
like, and it's like they want me to be lazy for them. I no.
People are lazy, which is why I think people who pursue their passions, like in the ways that we do, I gotta give props there, because I think it takes a certain type of person.
It takes a lot of patience.
There's people out there who want directions when they can quite easily find them themselves. The button is right there.
Like
I mean-
YouTube exists.
Google is it.
Well, you know, in that same sense, right? Like, just looking at things on like a scale. Like, there are people who make millions, being that person who pushes the button for someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or for being that person that develops a way for people like that who are gonna call you and be like, "Hey, I Googled your place, but I don't know how to find it."
But see, that comes to the factor of that's showing that I'm not getting paid enough. I'm not getting paid enough.
Well, are any of
So
us
that-
getting paid enough?
Like,
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Like even when you get to a point where I feel like paid enough doesn't exist.
yeah.
And the reason I feel like that, and especially like doing music, I'll never be paid enough for the work that goes into what we do as artists. Even engineers, even people who make podcasts, who run everything. Like, if you work on a craft of your own, period, you'll never be paid enough, because you'll always want more. You'll always want to take things to another level, to the next level. I feel like, shit, until you get to a point where you're content with not giving a fuck about money, period, none of us will ever be paid enough.
Yeah, but also you have to take it. I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm not gonna say I'm not paid enough, but I'm not valued enough.
That I feel
like
wholeheartedly.
Like when it's okay if somebody said, "Oh, like, hey, can you help me with this project real quick?" And then they pay me back and saying, "Hey, you always help me out. I bought you a gift card, or here's some flowers,
Here, let's go
or
get some food."
Here's a soda. I know how. Like, here's your favorite apple juice. I know this is your favorite apple juice. You always help me out.
That's value.
Like that's value. They value.
True.
They value you a whole lot more. And so it doesn't have to be money or
That's
being
true.
paid enough.
And
It's little things. They know this when they like shit. That person cared. I should talk to them about them less.
that's an element that I try to bring to the music as well. Like when I did this event and I was deciding on what artists I wanted to involve, I knew I was going to be involved. But I also knew I had 3 of my team members that were going to be involved. So that was like an automatic thing. After that, I'm like, okay, if it's a versus battle, who we going to go up against? I'm not just going to pick somebody. Like, I'm not one of those people that's just going to find a crew that I know we can beat. Don't get me wrong. I have full confidence that we can beat anyone.
Damn. Okay.
You
got to. You got to.
Y'all do this like 80 style show up at the outside the studio. Be like,
I
challenge you.
Oh,
Yo,
I did want to ask though. How was that set up? Like, I'm interested in that.
So the way I developed the blueprint, it was like a basketball game with 4 quarters.
Okay.
And each quarter was gonna be one artist versus another, but it was gonna be catalog by catalog. So the first half of the event was Zay, Kiba, Nigel, and Fonzarelli versus each other. And the 2 on my team and the 2 on their squad, they did their catalogs back and forth. We started the show with a coin toss. And whichever side won decided who went first. They went first. They sent their person out. We sent ours. Once we got through the first 4, they all had a 15-minute set. So after that first hour of listening to everybody's music, the judges all tallied their scores and everything like that. We did halftime, had an intermission, and then came back for the second half. Second half, all the 4 artists that were remaining to perform all had 20 minutes. So we just...
Dang. That's actually that's
really
really cool, dude.
Yeah, it was dope. It was just
sounds
Where did
well.
you say this was at?
Well planned.
at the Men at Work Car Care Center on Tryon Road.
Yeah.
Oh, here in Raleigh, not in Greensboro.
Yeah, he was saying that the show was here last night. Damn, that's great. How long did it take to plan? That sounds pretty.
I was planning the event. I feel like I could have possibly done it in a less time, but thank God I had the time I had. But it was about a month and a half, close to 2 months.
That is a lot of time and energy.
Yeah.
That's how you know you love that shit.
How often are you planning events like that, though?
So this was my first one that I actually wrote out on paper and manifested. So
you said the turnout was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was decent. It was more than expected, less than preferred.
Yeah,
desired.
Right.
But
hey, for your first one.
Yeah, it was dope though. Not taking anything from it. It was definitely an amazing show. I know a lot. I learned a lot. I got a lot of tips to go forward and do the next one. To answer your question, the Free Society, we do events all the time. Shit's kind of back to back. But for me planning an event, my next one probably won't be until August, mid-August.
Makes sense.
That'd be a good time to have the kids back in school too. So everybody be out back from vacation.
Yeah.
I mean,
college campuses are gonna be lit.
Yeah.
True.
That's the crowd you really want to get because they'll buy merch too.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll buy merch.
Go pass out.
I feel like colleges,
State or something.
I feel like colleges are the college population on campus is what makes artists. Yeah. Like that's what the separation is. Like if you can go to a school campus and pack out a field with people listening to your music, or go out and hand out flyers and bring 1,000 people out from the school to an event, it's very doable.
Dude, I remember. I went to UNCW. Like people would come basically like do a deal with an app where like if you sign up for their email list, you get the ticket for like $3 or something like that. And those shows would be packed out. They'd go down Chancellor's at UNCW, just ride down on a longboard, pass out flyers.
That's cool.
And like I'm talking, like it'd be all sorts of different artists. Like the guy that did that one Jordan Belfort song, he came and did that. And I mean it was packed. There was a ton of people there. Some DJ came and like did one on a dock basically, and it was completely full of people. But there's a lot of colleges like just in Raleigh.
Yeah, definitely.
But the incentives, man. It needs a more and more, like, incentives. Sometimes it's not just a couple of bucks, but, man, some people these days, man, they need more. They need the food. I feel like, if you always have food there or other vendors there, stuff like that.
That's going to attract people.
I feel like it brings, and then I think people start going to your events because they're like, oh, they went a little bit further, not just at the poorhouse.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like an event, less like a show.
Well,
you know?
The Poorhouse is actually a dope spot, though. Like, we performed at the Poorhouse three times now.
They don't sell food in there.
And they don't. Yeah, I get it. But you know,
you want the food. The food is the thing.
The food is the thing. I get that. That's the incentive you need to come out.
Right. Most of the time, yes, because and actually, it's hard to put a food truck downtown already. Like in the street where the Poorhouse is. It's like.
That's why you need a hot dog vendor or something.
Yeah, I
similar.
forgot hot dog.
Well, that's why, like I said, we
Shawarma.
always have a food vendor. Like last night, we had Rayleigh Chef from Greensboro. She had oxtails. She had
that is so fucking cool, bro.
Wings,
what the
mac
fuck?
and cheese.
I've never tried oxtail. It sounds
all
good.
types of stuff.
Missing
and then
out
we had
my
had
oxtail
Dope
soup.
Dad Sweets out of Greensboro as well. Dope Dad Sweets does edibly infused everything.
Okay.
So we had him there.
Damn, you had that shit set. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody just at the Poorhouse, if they would let somebody in there and sell hot dogs, I'd be okay.
Yeah. maybe you would go to a show.
You got to come to our next event. We're going to have food, so you should come out.
Yeah. Send it to me. I like seeing it on Instagram. I think I follow y'all. But if I don't, if I see it more than one time, then I'm like, I gotta go. I think that's a big thing too. Like sometimes I see events and then I don't see it ever again, and I forget about it. But if you bombard me, it's like subconsciously telling me to fucking go. So it's like, well, just to get it away on my Instagram page, I'll go to the event.
This is our story from last night.
We'll have to find a way that we can.
Is it free merch?
Free society.
Yo, that's sick, dude.
Not free like it was free to the public, but free as in it's the free society.
Free, okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say.
But you know, like,
damn, bro.
It's a marketing thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like, we're the free society, so when we put free in front of some shit, it makes people come out. And what people, I get, sounds fucked up, making people think free, and then you gotta pay. But
slightly.
I mean, it's not the worst scam.
But hear me out though, right? Hear me out. If I tell you come out for something, it's free, and you come and find out you gotta pay, you be pissed, right? You be pissed.
I would.
But
you already
bear with me. That part you already drove.
Yeah. That depends on how far it is.
It's probably gonna be 35 to 45 to an hour away.
I'm not going to any of those far away.
That's all. But why not?
I drive 4 or 5 hours.
Why not?
Right now.
Not anymore. Cause I think I'm getting old. Now I feel like I need to be close to home because that's where my safety net is.
Well, we be trying to pull people from everywhere because I mean that's gonna happen. People shit. If somebody goes to Greensboro Coliseum, like they had 85 South show, packed with people from Durham, Raleigh, everywhere. People bust their ass at work for weeks to get tickets to go and drive 2 hours somewhere to go and see somebody. So me asking somebody to come out an hour, I don't feel like it's asking too much. But I will say, if I tell somebody, hey, come out, it's free. One, I'm not going to tell you to drive an hour for something that's free if it's not really free. It's not going to happen.
That would be fucked up.
But what I'm saying is, let's say hypothetically, you live in Raleigh. If I'm down the street and I say, hey, I'm having an event here, come out. We got free merch. We got free food. We got free everything. Yeah. And I'm not telling you it's free like you don't have to pay for it. It's free because we're the free society. Yeah. But because you heard free, you pulled up. Now you're pissed because you thought free, even though I didn't tell you free.
I mean,
I'm stealing some merch at that point.
Look, but here's the kicker. Here's where the incentives and all of that shit comes. Because if you come up and you're like, hey, I thought it was free, and I have to explain to you, no, this is free society merch, but I tell you what, I'll give you a good ass discount. Or, one, you're not going to be upset with the show that you see.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Like, you might be upset that you drove here thinking it was free and you had to pay to get in or whatever, but after the first 15 minutes, you're not going to give a fuck anymore.
Once they catch the vibe.
I guarantee you, you're not going to care. And because you don't care, when I come and I say, hey, you got to buy a shirt, and you say, how much is it? And I know that you thought it was free, I'm going to give you a discount. And you're going to be like, well, I appreciate that. Because I came out and thought it was free, and he knows how that seemed, he gave me a good-ass discount. Cool.
I mean, when you explain it like that, yeah.
It's a good marketing chip.
But I don't think that
would
work.
But as somebody, I mean, like...
But see, here's the thing. You might not think it would work,
I'm
telling you from experience, it works.
Okay. Listen, I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm saying that I would not fall for it. If somebody's going to say, I'm going to a show, I need to see the flyer. If the flyer is a certain kind of quality, I'm like, oh, this kind of looks neat. Then I need to be able to see the address on there because I need to know where I'm going. And then I do the whole thing. Let me see how far away it is from here to here. Let me see if I can Uber. Then I'll be like, what time the doors open? 8 o'clock. Show starts at 9. Let me see. Maybe I'm not going to have no sessions. And it's the weekend. It would depend on a lot of things. Like, I see who else, and then I'm going to see who else is like endorsing this. Then I'm looking for food.
Okay. You got lots of steps in your head.
I have a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of steps.
Yeah. It's a lot because I mean, I'm not gonna.
You hard to please.
I am because I've been to a lot of shows around here, and I'm at the 2 Star.
Have you seen us perform before?
I don't think so.
You gotta come see us perform.
I haven't seen anybody perform in a long time.
You gotta come when you get a chance and we have a show. I'm gonna send you some info. You gotta come out and see us perform because I feel like you're gonna really like the vibe there.
Send me to the one with the food trucks.
All of them. We have food everywhere.
Okay.
Now you probably said that.
I'm making sure the one time that you don't have a fucking food truck there.
We don't never go nowhere without food because all of us like to eat.
Facts.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Then we be having people in an event for 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah,
turning up. You think we're not gonna feed you?
I went to a festival one time. It was like kind of like a bunch of jam bands in Asheville, kind of that deal. I was there to see Snarky Puppy.
I like that name.
They're a cool band.
Snarky Puppy.
They're like a really like they do a lot of weird music theory stuff, so it's like kind of hard to listen to, but they're a cool band. Very good live show. But it was like a 10-hour long festival with all these bands, and they stamped your hand, so you couldn't leave without paying to get back in. Because they stamped your hand. Like, if you left, you had to pay to get back in because they had food trucks there. So we went thinking the show was going to start at, like, 7. Snarky Puppy didn't go until, like, midnight. Just sitting there watching all these random Asheville jam bands for, like, 5 hours of my life.
Wasting your money? Would you say you wasted your money? Or did you have a good time?
It was a good time.
Oh, look at that. So that's not a bad time.
Food.
That's probably the mindset that people have when they go to the show thinking that it's going to be free merch, but then it's like, well, fuck it, there's food and it's a good show.
See,
and the merch is discounted.
I sell things all day long, so if you look at me and say the show's free and I show up and it's not, and then you try to give me a discount on the merch you told me it was going to be free, I'm gonna look at you and be like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, that's the part that would get me too.
I walked on a show one time because they told me I couldn't wear a hat inside.
That is true. I do remember that.
I went home.
There's a lot of people like that, but I mean, like, honestly, and this is just transparency, in this industry you can't be one. From a business standpoint, I've learned that I can't please everyone. So, like, and then I have a squad of 11 people, including myself. So, like, and we all promo. So when someone goes and they promo and they put, yo, we got free merch, and then 10, 12 people show up at the door that I didn't know were going to show up thinking, yo, I thought this was free. The only thing I can do in that situation is
just discount it.
And I definitely understand how that looks. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand that. But I try to get people to see it from like a logistics standpoint, because it's real easy for shit to get lost in the sauce and communication, especially when things are trickling downhill from the top before it gets to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, before information gets to y'all, it goes through a whole chain of other people before it even gets out. So But that is something that I try to like. I don't try to micromanage it because that's annoying, but I try to like make sure that things are as clear as possible for people when they come to my events, because I don't want nobody to be like, yo, I thought this was supposed to be here. I thought this was supposed to happen. Or I thought this was supposed to happen. Because I had a lot of that yesterday. Like, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Mir.I.am.
It sounds familiar.
Mir.I.am is a huge radio personality for K97.5, founder of Carolina Waves. She does a lot. She's a big name in North Carolina. But she was supposed to be a judge at my event yesterday. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it. So that was kind of a bummer. But I had to kind of call an audible. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were like, yo, where's Mir? Where's Mir? Where's Mir? You know what I'm saying? Not to say that people are showing up just to see Mir. Yeah. But
they were interested.
They were interested because they knew she was going to be there, which says a lot. If you having an event and Mir.I.am is there, it says a lot to a lot of people. So, and that's not even just to say that her name is just the biggest one, because it's not. There's a lot of people in North Carolina who have a lot of gatekeeper status type of.
Who are some other ones that you know? Just because I'm currently, as we've been doing these local artist interviews, I've been learning about the North Carolina music scene. So it's interesting to me. Like, who are some other big names?
If I'm being honest, it kind of goes like by perspective. Because like you could say Mir is a gatekeeper, but a lot of people might say she's not, because Mir is. She does good business for the most part with everyone, and she's a very good person to have looking at your talent. After Mir, there are people like Mr. Raleigh, he's one of the older gentlemen in North Carolina, one of the first people to ever get signed out of North Carolina, and he's one of those people who has pull.
Mr. Raleigh.
But he doesn't really. I don't really see much from him aside from his food truck and his business and food and stuff that he does now.
Right.
But so that's why I said it's kind of perspective, because like you got people that are known by other people who could get you in front of other people, but they're not in that realm anymore.
Right.
So they're there, but they're not.
You're right.
So I mean, it's kind of perspective. Yeah. But and also, it kind of goes with the time, because at any moment, any one of us could
blow.
And at that point, you're now in that realm and could be looked at as a gatekeeper. Yeah. Like, when somebody pops, people automatically think, yo, if I get in contact with this dude, he can help me get on. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? It's plenty of people that see me put together a show or see me facilitating some shit or see me perform and instantly want to ask me questions about how to get in contact with this person, that person, that person. Like, I'm just supposed to know that, and I'm not, and I don't. So, levels.
Got you.
You know.
What's your opinion of the North Carolina music scene?
We have a lot of work to do. If I'm being honest and transparent, North Carolina is one of the best, worst places to make music as an artist.
The best, worst places.
And the reason I say that is because as an artist, you have a lot of people in North Carolina, especially like Raleigh, like I was saying earlier, who really just want to mind their own business, who don't care at the end of the day. And then you have a lot of people in North Carolina who have talent that won't go and showcase it, or won't go out and take it serious enough because they live in an area where ain't nobody out here giving a fuck.
Fact.
You get what I'm saying?
There's so many artists like that.
Yeah. And I used to be one.
So many talented artists. It's just, and you just like.
Wait, what do you mean? Like they don't put in enough work or effort?
Well, it's not that, but it's like, okay, if you know and I know and you know that I'm one of the best rappers in the state, but I can't get 100 people to come out and see me because don't nobody in the city care enough, or don't nobody want to come out because they don't know me like that, or everybody's gonna assume when you tell them that you rap, that you're trash. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
or gonna assume that what you rapping about doesn't have substance, or gonna assume that
it's a
waste of time.
It's like a fragile ego kind of thing.
Yeah.
They already put the negative energy out there saying that this is not going to work. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to ever love me. Mm-hmm. Even though you say that is the best thing. And I appreciate that you telling me this because I can tell you're genuine about it. But I don't believe that there's other people as genuine as you that actually believe in me. Mm-hmm. So I think they have that mindset.
A lot of artists do.
Yeah, because especially if you build that bond and you're like, fuck, you're so fucking good. They know that you have a certain type of love from them. Mm-hmm. And if they don't get that love back, like, it will kill them. It will crush them.
Yeah. It's a perfect example of what she's talking about, right? Use myself. Like I said, I've been making music 15 plus years. Mm-hmm. When I started off, growing up, like through high school and everything, I had hella friends. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I came home from the military, I had hella friends. I have hella people who I'm acquainted with now. Mm-hmm. See how that term changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But all of these people know what level I do what I do. At what level, you know what I mean? Like, they all know. So when you know that your homeboy from high school is super talented, or he the best hooper that you ever seen come from your city, and he trying to get you come to a game, or he trying to get you to support him because that's what's going to boost him to that level that you know he could get to.
I know where you're getting with this.
And you don't come out and show your support, and you don't want to, and you don't give a fuck. To him, to your homie, it says, damn, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. It says, maybe I need to pick something else to do because nobody's fucking with what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. A lot of artists have that mentality. Until you get with people who are like you, who don't give a fuck. And that's what it took for me. I had to get in a group of people. One, I had to alter my perception of the people I was around. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. Because just because people fuck with you and they smoke weed with you, or they go hang out with you, or they do whatever with you, that don't make you friends.
Yeah.
And it don't mean that just because they say, yo, you really good at this, I like this, or this is fire, that they support what you doing. They just think you good at it.
Yeah, certainly.
At the end of the day, support is a very vague term. And the reason it's vague is because there's so many ways to interpret what support mean. For you, not saying this is your mentality, but just saying hypothetically.
I'll tell you mine hypothetically. Then, if you're gonna do that, we say what support is to each other. How about that?
Well, I was just gonna say the point I'm making, like, for you, not saying this is your mentality, but for you, maybe support might be sharing a flyer. Mm-hmm. For you, support might mean going out and buying a ticket. For you, being that your schedule's a certain way, support for you might mean, hey, I know I'm not going to show up, but I'm going to buy a ticket anyway. Yeah. So that way I support the business even though I'm not going to be present.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different levels of what they can do to support. At the same time, in the grand scheme, all of that matters, but what matters the most is how many people you cater to when you have an event. How many people listen to your music when it drops on streaming platforms? How many people watch your video on YouTube? Those are the things that matter. How many people follow you on Instagram? How many people react to your streams? How many people like your streams? How many people follow you? Subscribe, etc., 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 etc. Numbers. That's literally all it is. And the problem with a lot of artists is they don't get that you have to develop these numbers on your own. It's not up to these people beside you to do that for you. You have to go out and say, fuck it. I know that these 10 people I've been friends with since high school not finna show up to this show. Mm-hmm. Even though they say they like my music. Even though they know I'm hard. And I know I'm one of the hardest people out of the city. I know they're not going to show up. But because I know that, I have to alter my perception of who these people are. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I got with the people I'm with now, all of them are like me. They are artists. So they know how much work I put into this. They get where I'm going.
I needed to hear that.
So now to them, it's like, why wouldn't I come to your show?
Did you know anybody in your collective before, like, joining or starting the group?
Aside from AC Price, no. I've known AC Price since middle school.
But see, that could be a good thing because like when you're working with people who are closer to you, they tend to expect more from you as well.
Yeah, and once you alter your mind state, a lot of people, it just takes, like I said, getting into a different environment. And people fear that. A lot of people are scared of what they don't know and what they don't understand. And they're scared to take the next step into that. And like me as an artist, I was never afraid of that. I was always good with going and talking to people and asking questions. So when AC was like, yo, I found a place we can go and perform, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's something we haven't done yet. And that's something we need to develop and add to our craft to go up. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, we had people that we were actually, before I joined Vibration, I was a part of another collective. And that had already went south. Mm-hmm. So me and AC separated from that, and we're doing our own thing.
Y'all been moving together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and AC been boys since middle school. We've been making music since.
Very lucky.
Me and this is a funny story. Me and AC, when we started making music, we started recording on a Rock Band microphone.
Damn.
I did that.
We took the Rock Band microphone, we plugged it into the desktop. I had a boombox. This was back when SoundCloud had the record button, where you could press the button on the website and record live. So we took the boombox and we sat it up in the closet and would blast the music into the microphone and scream over the music to record our songs, and that's how we would record. That's how we started.
You were willing to do anything.
Do you have any of those recordings?
Yeah, everything's still on SoundCloud. Nothing ever came down. Everything's still up.
I have to take a trip.
Check that out. The catalog is so deep, bro. You're gonna get music from middle school all the way up through.
That's awesome, though. Like to have a catalog that goes all the way back.
Yeah, it's very extensive.
Yeah, that's
and
actually
AC's
cool.
is like that too. AC's catalog is like that, and we have a lot of music. The fucked up part about it is me and him have so much music together, but we don't have any projects together.
That's weird.
But now that we're doing music at a little bit higher level than where we were, that's something that it's in the works. It's getting worked on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's one thing that d.R.E had told me multiple times is your friends are not your fans.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
agree
true.
with that?
Friends are your friends.
Your friends,
Just
your
separated.
That's the truth. Honestly, your friends are the last people that are going to be your friends.
Yeah,
your fans.
But if you do get a friend that is a fan, it's probably the best feeling in the world because what they what they do. They're the ones that be like, so you have another show, right? like when's your next show? Or it's like, hey, I saw this. When they're more interested in what you do, like when a friend asked me and say, hey, I was looking through your Instagram and you had a beat machine. How does that work? When they actually ask questions like that,
about what
that's
you
how, that's how you feel good.
That makes you feel good. That's support to me.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
When they're like, because you like, wow, you're interested.
Mm-hmm. That what gave me that feeling was like when me and AC left the other collective before finding Vibration, and AC didn't even join Vibration initially. But he came in and I was like, bro, like, we left another collective, but we had a vision. And our vision was, like, we knew we were fire. That's cool and everything. But we also knew that we were trying to get to the same place. And with that, we knew that if we're trying to get to the same place, it's got to be 10, 20, 30, 50, 1,000 other artists that's all trying to get to the same place.
Definitely.
And we would be stupid not to help each other get there. If I got an engine, you got the car frame, you got all the other parts, and we all trying to get to Kansas, why the fuck would we not build the car?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It just doesn't.
If you don't,
it doesn't make sense.
yeah, if you don't do that, you're being petty, and you're very immature.
Yeah.
If you're not ready. You're not ready.
Yeah, and that's something that we've had to deal with because a lot of people feel like if I don't know them, I don't want to fuck with them.
Yeah.
And I get it, but I don't. Because in this world, we're trying to make money off of millions of people who don't know us.
I think people are scared because they don't want it. I think the ultimate betrayal is that's a part of them. They realize how vulnerable they were. And they get their heart broken, and they don't want to feel that way, so they avoid it altogether. So they're like, you know what? I get it, but I don't fuck with him. I don't trust him. Because if he, because you saying that you vouch for him and you're putting all your trust in him, and he fucks me up and fucks us up, and I'm heartbroken, I can never trust you again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always if they have already somebody they latch on that they truly trust, and then you bring somebody else in, the game has shifted.
Yeah.
So they now they feel put in the corner. So it's like.
And that's what we were dealing with, because like I said, what gave me that good feeling was when I realized, like, yo, me and AC been doing this shit together since middle school, and we boys to this day. Like, his son is my godson. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The collective, the music don't matter. It's my dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you bring the music and all of that into it, he one of the hardest working artists I know. Mm-hmm. And because I respect what he does as an artist, even outside of him being my friend, I don't care what decision he make and what route he chooses to take. Even if he say, hey, I don't want to be Free Society no more tomorrow, that's fine with me. Because ultimately, I know what you're about to go and do. Yeah. I know you're not about to go sit on the couch somewhere and let your music die and be complacent. And that's something that I love, and that's what gave me that good feeling, because I got to a point where I was like, yo, I'm about to quit this shit. Like, I'm really about to say fuck this music shit and go and get a job somewhere. And AC and all of the people in my squad was like, you realize once you quit, that's an ass whooping. Like, you realize that you're getting jumped.
That's some good ass friends.
10 people.
Yeah.
Yep, that's some good ass friends.
I've had people threaten to kill me. like no, bro.
Yo,
I've had people call me like, yo, if you quit, I'm gonna murder you.
Hey, yo, that brings you to that other topic we were talking about.
And then we're gonna take your music and we're gonna blast it everywhere at your memorial service, and it's gonna go platinum, and you're not gonna be here to enjoy it. So you might as well stay alive.
Yeah, that's right there. Goes to that obsession topic we were talking about earlier, an addiction. Because you want that. You need that shit. When you have that shit, even by a few people, that makes you feel good.
Yeah, that's enough fuel.
It's fuel, yeah.
Yeah, so if you get somebody that in the sense of they love you and support you so much, not they want to murder you and what it's
like I know they don't want to kill me. Like, I know when I go home, AC's not gonna stab me up for just no reason. But if I call him and I say, bro, I'm not doing this music no more, then I know when I get home I have to watch my back, because he's probably gonna he's gonna poison me or something, because he knows there's too much potential in me to quit. And then and once you developed, it's not even about your skill. Once you develop the mind state that you're gonna get somewhere eventually, I don't care how long it takes. I don't want to waste no time. That's it. Rick Ross said it best. I don't care if it's something that's gonna take us 5 years. Great. If it's gonna take us 10 years, great. Let's just not waste no time. And that's the way that my mindset has become after years of doing this shit. It's like, okay, I spent 10, 15 years developing my craft to what it is now. I feel like I'm at a point where I can contend with anybody, famous or not famous. Cool. Next step, learn the business. Yeah. If that's going to take 2 years, if that's going to take 3 years, fine. Let's just not waste no time learning the business. Once I get that down, now I got the business and my art, because I'm still working on my art. That's not going to stop. But now I've gotten it down to a point where I can do that and focus on business and it not hinder. You know what I mean? Like, I can do both in tandem. Yeah. And once I do that consistently for a year, it probably won't even take a year for me to learn it. But that's just the process that some of us have to go through. And if you ask me if I feel like I should have made it a long time ago, I'm gonna tell you yes. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you no, because a long time ago I didn't have the drive and the mentality I have now. Had this happened in middle school, had I been doing this way and thinking this way in middle school, yeah, I'd probably be popping right now. But, you know,
I have a belief
it's gonna happen when it happens.
Yeah, I have a belief that if you can't, since we have no second chances, whatever happens to you in your life is supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't supposed to happen, we would be able to go back and redo things. Yeah, but
and you wouldn't have that mindset either. You wouldn't be saying those words if it.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure everybody that's in the higher power is that it's not saying if I would have done this, I would never have this. Mm-hmm. I don't think successful people ever look back.
True. You got to keep your eyes forward, because there's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Well, I mean, of course it depends on what we talk about, but I feel like success is one of those things that is really only relative to what you consider success.
Fair point.
And like for me, I could say me hosting an event myself, not hosting, but me curating an event myself and putting myself on stage and putting other artists on stage and giving them an opportunity to shine, that's a success. And some people will be satisfied with that and will go home and be like, okay, I've done everything I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And for them, that's enough. But for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other people, that's not enough. Like, yeah, it's great. We succeeded at this, but I want to succeed at the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing too, and the bigger things as well. And I know that that's going to take time, and I know that it's going to take a lot of more work. And I know I got a lot of learning I still have left to do. I'm just not naive.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people have a naivety about them because they feel like shit's just supposed to be easy, or they just supposed to be able to go and download a course and have this shit learned in a week and this shit, and then be making money. It don't work that way. It doesn't.
Because they're also very unrealistic. But then they also have that I'm gonna say it's a handicap. It's because they're because they're hot. There's some people think they're like sexy hot.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like I can pull ladies. Why is it my music should automatically sell because I'm hot?
Right.
But then it doesn't. It's like I don't understand. I'm hot.
She's talking about me.
Bro, you know what's funny about that? There was an event, Mic Up or Shut Up was put on by Voice of Raleigh at the Arcade of Thrones. And I got so mad. And looking back, I was mad for a dumb reason, but I was mad for that reason because there was a girl. It was a great competition. And in the first Mic Up or Shut Up, I won second place. And my homegirl Chelsea in our collective, she won first place.
Nice.
So ultimately, we won. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you won first. If we're on the same team and you win first place and you win second and I get third and y'all get fourth and fifth, fuck it, we won.
Hell yeah.
We're the fucking
That's
best.
top 5 right
Yeah,
there.
that's at the end of the fucking day. We're the fucking best.
We're a whole
you know what I'm
basketball squad. Right?
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're the fucking best.
We're the
starting
first and
5.
second,
Yeah,
it
starting
didn't bother
line.
me. At the next Mic Up or Shut Up, I got beat by this girl who ultimately didn't do anything but twerk and shake ass. And the thing about it is, the judges were fucking mesmerized.
Because
I'm like,
It's about nitties. It's about
I get sex sells. Don't get me wrong. I get it, and I don't knock that at all.
I have this image in my head.
But sometimes I'll be like, damn, when does the artistry come into consideration here?
Yo,
but
Bro, you should beat her at her own game, for real.
you should start twerking. Do a split, and then
it's gonna be a cold
then
fucking day.
You do it like you jump up, twerk, do a split, snap.
That's a lot.
And look, the day you drive from North Carolina to Cali to see me perform, I'll twerk on stage.
Dad, that's a long
You said drive?
I will have to drive. That's a day and a half drive.
Yeah. I know it's not happening.
Yeah, he said so. I was like,
Because it's not happening if you're not getting there.
No, it's not happening because I'm not getting there.
No, that's the only reason. Because if you got there, I would do it.
You would drive.
I would do it.
I don't believe that.
No, I would.
I don't
would
believe it, bro.
Yo, if he comes with me, that'd be more incentive because we can play it straight in half.
If I see y'all in 2, 3, if I see y'all in Cali somewhere,
They're just like this in the crowd.
and I'm just like this, and I'm gonna die.
Yo.
Bro, I swear I'm gonna die.
You better do a split and.
Oh man!
I was about to say somebody should film this, but
Yeah,
we're on a
sorry,
podcast
sorry.
right
Oh
now.
yeah, what's up, guys?
This
We're
is
on
our
that.
moment.
I zoned out. What's up?
Thank you.
I mean, I didn't say I was gonna watch.
He understands. You understood though. You understood why I said that, because I'm not thinking she gonna get in the car and drive from North Carolina to Cali to see me perform.
She might do it to be petty.
Yeah, I'm so fucking petty, yo.
might do it
I'm
to
a
be
Sagittarius and all that kind of shit, bro. Like that's the one thing.
Nah, I get
When
that
they-
sad
when
shit.
they-
My
when they-
sister's a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Chelsea's a Sagittarius, so I understand.
And it's not like I'm doing this because I'm a Sagittarius. I'm this because I'm already that.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let what that is inspired when I am because I'm already that. If I wasn't, but then that might be the Sagittarius in me talking because we all we're all really full of ourselves.
You ever catch yourself being you?
Yep.
Like that like, be me sometimes. Like I'll be sitting in my room doing stupid shit, and I'll be like, wait a minute. What the fuck am I doing?
I do the Pisces thing of overthinking, and when that happens, I definitely got to catch myself. Where I'm just like, all right, I'm getting in my head too much.
Man, I'm a Scorpio, so I don't be giving a fuck.
I know.
About
my mom's a Scorpio.
I don't care about I don't give a fuck about nothing. And the fucked up part, I care so much about everything, but I don't care about nothing.
Yeah, just like my mom.
That's why you can be out and handing out flyers to people, bro.
Yeah, that's me. Like, and that's why I was saying, like, I put people onto my squad before I put them onto myself, because ultimately, you're gonna see me when you see them.
Yeah.
Anywhere you come out and go and want to see the free society, I'm there anyway.
Yeah.
So me promoting them does promote myself. I just don't go and say, yo, I'm Snap, what's up? Check my music out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like now they have to earn, kind of like, they have to earn, like, some sort of trust in you. Be like, all right, I can feel like I can let you in now. I feel like, you know, since you're doing what I'm doing, I'll be more willing to help you now. It'd be more like, you know.
No lie, if you came up to me at the mall and said, yo, I'm Snap, check my music out, I'm not going to do it. I work at a music store. I have people tell me to check their music out all day long. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great approach.
But see, what's crazy is now that we've had this podcast interview, and if I'm looking at you right now and I say, yo, my name's Snap, and go check my music out, you're probably going to go listen to me now. But that is because I don't go out, and I'm not that guy. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And if I saw you in a record store and I didn't know who you were, even though I make music, I'm the type of person I want you to stay asleep. Mm-hmm. That's my mentality. That's the way my mind works. I don't care that you don't know who I am. I don't care that you've never heard my music. Mm-hmm. And I don't care that 9 times out of 10, when I told you my name was Snap, you thought I was one of these rappers that rapping about a bunch of other bullshit because of what my name is. That's cool. Mm-hmm. I already know that about you as a person, because people in general are like that. So tap this card, tap the link, I'll holler at you.
Oh, what did you say that was called again?
Popple.
Mm-hmm. We need that.
$3.
You looked it up?
30.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
for something like that. That could make you so much money.
Yeah,
like that's an investment.
It does.
Yeah.
That is
crazy. If you approach me say, "Hey, can I tap your card?" Like, I'm an artist. If you already have that, I'm like, oh, he's doing a lot more than I ever seen an artist do. Mm-hmm. I might, and he has links. Oh, bet I am going to check out his music.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. That's the least I can do because.
And the bonus, the link tree. That's it. And the bonus to that is, I can show you anything with the Popple. It doesn't matter. Like my Popple's set up to where when you tap it, the first thing that pops up is a recap video of our Free Fest event at the arcade. Mm-hmm. And when you tap it, the first thing that plays is my song, but it's a recap video of our event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it promotes the free society, and it promotes me. I don't even have to tell you that I make music. I could just be like, yo, tap this.
But that's your personal card. Like, your boy AC could have his own card that has...
Yeah, everyone could. But, I mean, me and Grotto have the Pablo and Dario as well. We have the Pablo and our wristbands and the cards. We keep them and do it for the whole squad because everybody in the team ain't going to be... a lot of the members of the team are not like me. They're not going to go out and pass out flyers and do all of that. Like, they will to promote the team. But me, I'm going to just wake up on a Tuesday and just like, I'm do that shit because I don't give a fuck. I don't care about nothing. Like when I tell you I don't give a fuck, you could call me at 1 a.m. and say, "Hey, Snap, tomorrow we going to the Grand Canyon and pass out flyers for a show in North Carolina to see if people gonna come from the Grand Canyon to see us perform." We down. I'm gonna be like, all right. Ultimately, but that's because I don't care. I'm down for whatever if it's gonna push us forward.
You're just that type of person.
If it's not gonna do anything to benefit us, and granted, driving to the Grand Canyon to promote, it's not gonna fucking benefit us. This is just.
But that was
But I'm just saying, you know what I mean. But that's the type of person I am. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. You gonna see it. and eventually you're gonna see me on TV somewhere doing it, and at that point it's gonna be thousands of people. But I'm glad that there's people like you guys and like the other artists that I fuck with who know about where this is going now. Sure. Because 5 years from now, when I come back here and we have this interview again, and we're talking about how we just did this 5 years ago, and now it's gonna hit so much different. You know what I mean?
And then you be coming in saying, "Yeah, I got a show in California." I'm like,
"No, I'm driving."
And then I'm gonna be like, "Give me your car keys."
I'm flying, baby. First class.
That was not the deal.
That was not the deal. That was the point. You gotta whip keys.
Oh wait, then no, I just get another car then. I'll rent another car.
She's gonna rent a whole car for that.
I think I'll rent a car.
I'm gonna pay one of them to sabotage you. Your trip is getting sabotaged. Sorry.
Ask Dre.
Like, Dre.
He's got that plotting mentality.
Like,
Dre,
I got to get me anyway.
Dre, I got 10K. Dre, I got 10K for you to make sure she's on the plane on the way here.
Yep. This is how I die. Because of Dre. And I told you he was a serial killer. See? Y'all already laid it out.
Hey, but you can go ahead and pay me a deposit and I'll avenge you.
No, I'm not that far.
Let me pay Dre to take you out and pay him to
No, I'm not going to take it that far. I'm going to get there. You're not going to take my keys.
I got you.
I will see how you would take my keys.
Be like this.
I feel like that's about as simple as it would be.
But
no, low key, I feel like I'm kind of scared of her. I feel like it wouldn't be that simple.
Like,
it would not be that simple.
It's not gonna be that simple because if you say
she's not even gonna hit you or anything, it's gonna be some like mental warfare.
It's gonna be a death stare, and then I'm gonna just think about my life, and then I'm gonna give her a keys.
I'm saying, yeah, it's like.
I feel like you're on some like Death Note something or another. You're just writing people's names down.
Voodoo. That's what it is.
Bro,
you talked about voodoo.
I will learn voodoo. I will learn
you watched
voodoo
the movie?
I watched the anime and the movie.
Did the movies? I heard was horrible.
Anime was better than the movie.
Anime is always better than live action. Mm-hmm. Manga's always better than the anime.
I don't read like that, but I'm sure you're right.
Video games
that's probably. I mean,
video games are trash adaptation.
I mean, I guess that's a lie because I read the subtitle.
Me.
That doesn't count.
It counts.
It doesn't. It doesn't count.
I could make like the motions and everything.
It does not count. It does not count. And you know, I'm gonna tell you how much it does not count. It does not count because literally the things that you hear when you watch the anime and the words that you read when you read the manga.
Translation.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. Right? Like it doesn't even sync up.
I mean, not that it doesn't, but it's like the dialogue's a whole lot deeper. It's more intense. Like,
interesting.
It would be like taking this conversation we're having and like writing it, and someone reading it. They be like, they get the entire conversation. You know what I mean? But when they watch it, they can skim. They can skip through seconds. It's just ultimately it's just watered down.
Got you. So it's not as detailed.
To keep people's attention, it's watered down.
I'll try it. I'm gonna find somebody with a manga that I can borrow and give it a shot.
I'm gonna give you a tip.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a tip.
Pause.
From manga. I'm gonna give you a manga tip, right?
Hentai?
A tip. I'm gonna give you a anime tip, right? When you read manga, if you want something that's gonna keep your attention, that you'll be hooked on, that you can get through kind of quick, use Webtoon.
What's that?
Webtoon is an app that has a lot of Webtoon original and local original manga
like short.
That gets, once it gets popular enough, eventually it'll get animated into anime.
Yeah. I got that app.
Like, have y'all heard of it's an anime called God of High School?
Yeah, that one's good.
Okay, you watched it?
Yeah, that one's good.
Okay, God of High School is actually a manga.
Was it like one of those like local ones?
Yeah, it started off that way.
That's cool.
And it's now like 500 plus. Oh, the name fits.
You think so?
It fits. Go read it. You'll see why.
Oh, I see. I watched it because they're all just beating
you
the crap out of each other.
Manga too.
I was like,
you get so much more. But the reason I say use Webtoon is because a lot of people don't like to read manga because it's black and white.
And it's the right to left.
Yeah, the right to left thing. But Webtoon, you read top to bottom. So like the frames, you just scrolling.
Yeah.
And instead of black and white, everything's in color.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
You fuck with webtoons? Damn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like when I go home, that's when I end up like reading a lot of it. I get into another creative space.
I done spent a lot of money in coins on webtoon. I'm not gonna
and so I would just go through.
just so I could
find a
read
random
shit
one.
like early, because like
What's
webtoon will put
out of
out,
all
like,
the
3
mainstream
episodes.
mainstream animes I probably would have watched, what's the best manga to go read?
Of mainstream, right now I would say the best reading material probably Attack on Titan.
I can get with that.
Reason being because like it's super in depth.
My roommate's girlfriend was telling me that the manga is 10 times better than the show.
100 times better.
And I really like the show, so.
Also,
Terrifying.
what's
That
another
show's
one?
dope. It's an excellent show.
It's terrifying animation.
Bleach.
Is that the one with the sword? Or am I thinking of... Wasn't that on...
You talking about the one with the sword with the mouth on it?
Damn it. I don't know. It was on Adult Swim. Yeah, that's what it was. Like
Yeah.
playing with Inuyasha.
Adult Swim is iconic for taking animes and making them lame.
Goku. I mean, Dragon Ball Z. Sometimes.
All right, we're getting a little bit too far into nerd territory.
Oh,
Sorry.
And we're also about to run out of time. We have to run out of time. We have to shut this down.
Bunch of nerds.
What other questions you guys got for me before we?
Well, what do you have to say to the people watching this? If you could, just summarize who you are at the Free Society, what you guys got going on, what would you tell the people?
I would say, definitely follow us. The Free Society is more than just a collective of independent artists. We are a family, first and foremost, but we're trying to bring a different view on artistry to the music industry, and also keep artists independent. And the reason being is because labels aren't gonna give you what you're worth initially. You have to do a lot of work for that, and I feel like we can do a lot of that work ourselves and pay ourselves. It's no point in going to sign our contract. So y'all tap in with us. I'm Snap. I'm an artist, curator, performer.
What's the socials that we can...
My social media, my Instagram is @SnapProne. That's @SNAP_PRONE. And our for the group is @the.free society. That's the.FREE society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Also got merch too. Yep.
Merch.
Classic black and white shirts, $20, and our mixed colors are $25.
Okay.
It's like mixed colors, like what, tie-dye?
We're working on tie-dye ones, but I got a picture I'll show you.
It's like different solid colors.
We got blue shirts with the black logo, pink shirts with the black logo, white and black shirts with different color logos.
Gotcha.
Tan shirts, gray shirts.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is all, man. Appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
That was a great...
Oh, here comes Dre.
You got two
here
questions.
comes Dre.
A word or phrase that makes you great.
There it comes. There it goes.
A word or phrase that makes me great. I'll say a phrase would be you by any means necessary. And that just means no matter what level you want to do what you do at, do it to your best ability, and don't take no for an answer, because I'm not. I wish somebody would tell me not to rap. Like, this is not going to happen. So,
I mean, you are going to get killed if you stop.
Yeah, I'm already going to die. I'm already going to die if I stop. What was your other one?
Was that good enough for you?
That's fine. What is your brand? Your brand. I know you're part of the Free Society.
Yeah.
But what is your
So I'm Snap. You feel me? Surrender nothing, always progress. I got clothing about to come out. I got more music coming out. I got a project about to drop. And my brand is just, like I said, surrender nothing, always progress. That's it. Like,
That's the one.
Like I said, ain't nobody gonna tell me no. So constant movement.
Dre, that was a good one.
That
right?
was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Hey, you have to be. Wait, he has to be the. That has to be the best one.
that's the first one who actually knows and answers.
That is facts.
Dog, you ready?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And since you answered Dre's question like that, I'm like, damn, now I have to look at you, man. I have to watch
Y'all
out
go
for
check
you.
me out, man. Y'all, I'm gonna leave some music with y'all too. So y'all can check me out.
Because Dre, he follows his stuff and he sees the progression and stuff like that. So I have my faith in Dre. If Dre's saying that's it.
Yeah.
You know it. I'm
and
like,
if you want to know about the prone part, I Snap Prone. The nickname that was given to me was Snap Prone. I added the acronym for Snap, but Snap Prone just because I'm prone to snap at any moment. And that's why people call me Snap, because I just be snapping. But I also be making fire music, so y'all should.
I'll snap.
I agree with that. I'll snap to that.
And then in 5 years in Cali, you will be split.
Hey, look, you never know. If things keep going how they going, it might be 2, might be 3.
Shit, yeah.
He's ready.
Maybe
for
even
it.
1.
Yeah, I want to see it. Like, I really want you. I want to be on stage at Coachella and just look out and just see you in a corner somewhere. Like, and I'll be like, damn. I'll be like, fuck. I remember this interview too.
He's like, he thought I was kidding.
Yeah, I thought you was joking. I'm gonna have to bring you on stage.
Oh man.
If I see you, I'm be like, yo, stop everything. I need you to come up here right now. Right now. You. Oh, y'all are here too? Let's go. All of you.
That would be the best
you
story, bro.
Start making a lot of songs for some bitches. And just know that when I'm not. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get anybody to be like, I understand why he did that.
Look, I'm not twerking for nobody. It's not happening.
Like, whew.
But yeah, man, y'all definitely fuck with the team. Check me out. I got some new music about to drop that's fire, and I'm gonna let y'all sample some of that before I dip out. But that's off camera.
Okay.
All right, bet. Boom. With a tip. Hope it felt good.
Thanks for coming. Hey, all right.
I'm gonna head out.
Peace.
We out.
Let's go.